This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, June the 13th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Got an interesting week coming up ahead of us as we trend a little bit drier and a little bit warmer. There's a look at the Fultondale sky cam this morning, and we do have some clouds left over from the convection yesterday. On our surface map this morning, we have high pressure over the southeastern U.S., and there's not going to be a great deal of change to the weather pattern. And even in the upper atmosphere, we've got this little trough over the central U.S. and weakness over Texas and the Louisiana coast area. And that weakness over the western Gulf is likely to be active for us in the next week or so as we watch potential development of a tropical system over that way. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Temperatures across central Alabama generally in the lower 70s or around 70 degrees for most locations. A little cooler in the northeast where they were in the middle 60s. QPF-wise, this pretty much shows you where the rain is likely to be and where we're expecting much of the moisture to be as the high holds in over the southeastern U.S., and that's going to keep things dry, especially for Georgia, and keep Alabama on the risk of showers. Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking a very large area for slight risk, but a small sliver in parts of eastern New Mexico and western Texas. On day 2, that slight risk shifts up into the part of the eastern Great Lakes, part of Pennsylvania, and over towards Chicago. And then in day 3, it stays in that similar area. And in the tropics, we do have a little action in the Atlantic. We've got a little bit of disturbed weather in the western Caribbean and over the Yucatan, and that is moving into the southwest Gulf of Mexico. And that's something we're going to have to be watching. In the eastern Pacific, Carlos has developed, and Carlos is a tropical storm expected to become a hurricane later tomorrow and then move along the western Mexican coast over the next week or so as it approaches or moves towards the northwest. All right, the 06Z GFS model run this morning, and there's the surface pattern. You can see the ridge building in, and so the ridge builds in for us into Sunday. So I think that means we see a trend in the showers and thunderstorms dropping off. We'll still see a fair number of scattered to numerous storms today, but I think the number drops off, especially on Sunday. In the upper atmosphere, we've got that weakness over Texas and Oklahoma, and we've got the ridge building in over the southeastern U.S. By Monday, that weakness is still there, and now we see this little weakness in the western Gulf of Mexico. And again, that is the GFS is not developing a closed circulation down there, but it certainly is suggesting the possibility of something. We see that the ridge is holding over us, and we see that everything is off to the west of us over Texas and Oklahoma, where they don't need any more rain out that way. By Wednesday, the system begins to lift out a little bit, and so then Wednesday and on into the latter part of the week, it looks like the forecast is a little more uncertain, depending on exactly where the ridge is and how strong the ridge is and how well the ridge can hold. We may not see much in the way of precipitation, but it looks like showers may be on the increase as that little, by Thursday, that little short wave moves a little bit closer across the lower Mississippi River Valley. And then on Friday, we see it in the vicinity of Memphis. So once again, I think that means that we probably will have to put showers in the forecast, and the showers may come back up to numerous category by the end of the week ahead as we see that system get closer to us. But we'll have to wait and see how all of that develops. And when we get out to Saturday, a week from today, we see that system becoming absorbed. And notice up to the northwest, over the north central United States, northwestern United States, we see a fairly strong trough. And that strong trough takes us out into voodoo country and brings a pretty strong trough across the central U.S. Around the 23rd. And after that, the GFS is suggesting more ridging after that trough goes by. So we could have a little bit of a break in the heat and action around the 23rd, 24th of June, and then the heat comes back. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. I expect to have the next one posted first thing on Sunday morning. In the meantime, I'm expecting to fill in for Megan on the weekend weather this weekend on ABC 3340, so you can catch the latest forecast at 6 p.m. today and 10 p.m. today. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great Saturday, and Godspeed.